Okay, yo, what is up guys? Race week is here and I am so ready to race. This taper is kind of killing me, I won't lie, but I am definitely super excited to head out and race in 3 days time. But we gotta prepare, and that is what this video is for. Anyway, let's go. First, I gotta go run. Quick 5k, chilled, vibes, you know, let's go. Okay, and we are ready to go run. Definitely not sponsored by Batchin. I just, you know, some people, you know. Greg, time to go run. Let's go. Okay, so I finally got the study pack. Now I got a pulse bar so I can record me running with my phone till I get a good GoPro. Anyway, this run is like my second to last run before the race. We're gonna do a final race stimulus tomorrow, and then we're doing today is just 5k easy, zone 1 cruising. It's so hot. Yeah, at the moment it's going good. Obviously I'm nervous for this race. It's gonna be interesting. My heart rate's not where I want it to be right now, but it's fine. And just like that, we are done with the run. It was super chilled. My heart rate was a bit higher than expected. It was averaged 149 because basically it was like 32, 33 degrees out and it was quite hot. Anyway, apart from that, let's get into the nitty-gritties of this run and my planning and everything. I'm going to go through from what I've done to train all the way to the nutrition and the time that I'm going to wake up on race day. This has been a very interesting road and hopefully this goes well. Cool, let's go. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Now, I started this whole journey 12 weeks ago, well, 13 weeks ago if you count this week, and it was a journey and a half. This is my longest sustained training period for a race, and it's the first time I've trained this specifically for a race, and it has been epic. At times it has been really bad, but I think that comes with any training block that happens. So let's go through what this looked like. Now, I had a schedule made, thanks ChatGPT, amazing. Anyway, we worked from week 1 to week 13 and every single day was planned out before I started the plan. However, I did tweak a little bit of it when I was traveling. A normal week would look like I would swim Monday and like do a plyometric circuit. Then I would do intervals Tuesday and also a bit of a swim in the evening. Depending, later on I was swimming almost every day of the week, but I realized that that might have contributed to a few things, which wasn't the best idea. However, I think it was perfectly fine. I really love swimming. So yeah, then Wednesday would be my easy run and strength. Thursday were my tempo sessions, long, fast, tough, hard. Thursdays got really hard for me, just progressively longer, and then I just consistently just started not doing well in those, and it wasn't the greatest time, but we got through basically 80% of it, so hopefully we can do this 1 hour 25 half marathon. This hair is killing me, sorry. Anyway, then we would do Friday chill and swim and strength, a little bit of strength, and obviously stretching every single day. You have to, guys, come on. And Saturday we did our long runs, basically getting ready for Saturday's race, which is this week Saturday, my long run. And then Sunday would be a short run and a swim, which was it. That's basically I followed and just cut back weeks, increase weeks, you know, like those types of things. And it was hopefully pretty effective. Now let's move on to nutrition. So this was the first time I have ever trained and GI trained. So basically, if you don't know what GI training is, it's like stomach training. You train your stomach to handle large amount of carbs, and I've never done that before. My first ever race, the Moeni Marathon, I did gels for the first time ever in that race, and I took drink mix that I'd never had before. Luckily I didn't have a reaction, my stomach was able to handle it, but I wanted to do something different this race, and that led to me deciding to make my own gels. If you want to know more about that, linked in the description. I made my own gels, and I got my 10k PB on my own gels. Anyway, future gel here. I didn't explain things properly, so here goes the second explanation. Basically, 1 hour and 25 minutes, I'm going to be racing at 180 grams of carbs. Essentially, it's 120 grams of carbs an hour. Now, this carb mix is going to remain the same as what I've GI trained, the fructose and maltodextrin. The only thing that I'm going to be adding is a caffeine aspect to it. I'm going to buy caffeine shots, and I'm going to have that with each gel. Hopefully the caffeine doesn't affect my stomach in any crazy way, since I have coffee every day, so my stomach technically is used to it, but we don't know. I'm taking a chance here, but I'm pretty sure I'll be okay. So I'm going to be taking gels at specific intervals during the race. It's most likely going to be at key moments, like before the main climb, and just at the top of the main climb, and then halfway through the final descent. Carb loading, let's get into that. I'm going to start carb loading tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. I'm going to start carb loading tomorrow. Thursday, start chowing those pastas and pizzas. And Friday, pizza and pasta. And then, you know, we race. My pre-race meal is going to be oats, peanut butter, and banana. Love it. It's been my pre-race meal forever, and it's just what I love. I'm going to have that super early, like 2 hours before the race, and then I'm going to have my gel about 30 minutes before the race, and then we race. Hey, welcome to my computer. You can't see my computer, it's right here. However, this is the most important segment. It is where I'm going to walk through every single kilometer of this race. Now, 3 weeks ago, I checked online to download the GPX. That didn't work very well because the GPX was not available, and they had changed the route 3 weeks out from the beginning of this half marathon, which freaked me out. I was so scared. But it turns out the course has changed a little bit to my favor, but I'm not sure. We will have to see in a moment. Let me just pull up the GPX and voila! Okay, I'm going to put it here. Hopefully it's still here. I've cut the video some point. Anyway, now this course is, although it's changed, which really annoyed me because that massive climb you see used to be much earlier in the race. You would finish that climb at 6Ks, which was great, and now you finish that climb at 9.58Ks, which is, I don't know, suboptimal or optimal. Depends on who you are. If you ask me, I think it's optimal that it's halfway. I recce'd this reconnaissance, and it wasn't a bad hill, but it just means it throws a bit of a spanner in the works. See, the first 5Ks are going to be relatively chilled, with probably an average gradient of about 1.5% grade, basically flat. Now that makes or breaks our race, because if we don't pace that right, we are not going to be able to climb at the pace that we want to climb. I would like to climb the 6.5% grade to 7% grade hill at around 420 to 430 a kilometer. And that is where this thing gets a bit complicated. See, if I climb too fast, I may cause lactic acid to flood my legs. And if I descend too fast, you do the same thing. But if I climb slowly and descend at a fast rate, then my legs could smash before I get to the end. And if I go too fast in the first 5K, let's just calm down. My race plan is to chill. The first 5K, I want to go around 20 minutes. 4 minutes K, nothing crazy, maybe 4 or 5. Then I want to climb at 420 to 430. That I'm going to be super chilled with. I don't want to be setting crazy times in the first half. Now, when I get to the top of this climb, I'm going to hope and pray that my legs are okay. Then when you descend, I want to descend hopefully at around 340 to 345 a kilometer this like next 5K. So we're going to be putting like literally 5K PB on the board right there. And then the next 5K even faster, maybe. It kind of loosens out a bit, flattens out a bit. So I think I might slow down. This whole plan hinges on the fact that my legs don't die on me. I think I've got the fueling dialed in, but I don't know about my legs. I am getting really nervous. As you can see, there's a couple of water points, which I will be taking along the way. That's going to be my source of water. All my gels I'm going to carry with me, and I'm going to be sipping at each station where I have gels. First gel, going to have before the race. That's going to be about 60 to 80 grams of carbs, not out yet. Then the next I will take at the beginning of the climb at around 5Ks, 5 to 6Ks. The 5.25K mark is looking pretty good to take that next gel. Then the next gel I'm going to take at the 9.56K mark. That is the point where we turn around at the very top of the hill and we start heading down. Now there's a little your 0.3% grade, and that's at 13Ks, chugging the final gel, and that should take me to the end of the race. Now that means I'm going to be having around 180 grams of carbs for this whole adventure. Hopefully my stomach holds out and this course doesn't kill me, but I'm enjoying the fact that there's a massive uphill in the beginning and I can run downhill for the last just over 11Ks. Anyway, yeah. Okay, now if I didn't explain that right, I'm really sorry. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little map segment. Let's go to kit. Okay, so the kit that I'm using isn't that crazy. Like, it is 2 items that are essential, and then the other rest of it is like what everybody should be wearing. I'm wearing a shirt, pants, and socks. Like, everybody should have that. Now, the specific items that I kind of want to just talk about, which are new, is this. I got a Salomon Pulse Belt on special. Very happy with myself. Now, this is what I'm going to carry all my gels with. Hopefully it works. I've only run like 3 times with this thing. It's going to work. Well, it has to, because that's where my gels are going. And my shoes. These are the Adistar BYDs. They have a carbon infused plate from the back to the front. Woo! They are really nice shoes. None of the flagship ones. They're not like super shoes. Well, they are kind of, but they're like, nobody knows about them. So they're like my little special babies. And they are really great. I've done every single mile and kilometer, whatever you want to do in these. These have been, every training run, everything. All rounder. These have been the shoes that I've been wearing. And they're going to carry me through this race. Hopefully we can get new shoes soon. But that's for another video. We're going to choose 2 new pairs of shoes. Anyway, I hope this video gave you a bit of an overview of kind of vibes, what I'm doing this weekend, and how I'm going to race. It's going to be very interesting, and I'm super excited. And if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, share, comment.